Welcome to the Opinionated Monsters. I'm Scott McClellan of Carnival Diablo.
I'm Sanzi from OttawaHorror.com.
I'm Kevin the Zombie King from ZombieInfo.com.
And I'm Jessica, foreign exchange student.
Summer is almost over, and it's almost time to go back to school. And so today, we're talking about all of those wonderful memories we have of school.
So, one thing about school is you were always checked for headlights. I didn't get checked. No, I'm just going to dust off a classic and talk about school. Horror and school go hand in hand. Simply put, school is terrifying. If things like prom night has taught me anything, don't piss off the nerdy or quiet person. You may or may not notice, but I was actually a little awkward in school. No, really, this is true.
Never noticed.
But these movies that came out during that sort of period of time always looked towards the misfit. You know, it always seemed to work out for them. Well, I guess work out and going on a killing spree are two different points of view, but the misfit always managed to get their comeuppance. Instead of just like in real life where they would graduate after being berated for a while and then take over a giant company and, you know, hire the jock as a window washer. Back then, we would just get on to say like Terror Train, also with Jamie Lee Curtis, I might add, and like, you know, kill off all the people who pissed us off during school. It's a great setting for horror. It's like a fertile breeding ground. That's what I'm saying, is school, then, now, and always, terrifying.
Can't argue with that. High school is terrifying. It's that point in your life, first of all, when you are maneuvering through that horrible rapid of going from child to adult, which is bad enough as it is. You throw that into a social setting, which, let's face it, is only one step away from Golding's Lord of the Flies, really. But the only thing that separated it was the teachers. And oddly enough, teachers are some of the most terrifying things in high school. And some of the movies that I find most interesting are, in fact, the faculty. You know, these teachers that turn into monsters. And let's face it, we all thought the majority of our teachers were monsters. There were always one or two that you thought of as the heroes, but everybody else was a monster. And these movies really play it to that. And actually, one of the other ones that I'm really looking forward to is Cooties.
Cooties is not even high school, it's younger school.
Yeah, still.
That's good, though.
Yeah, it's, you know.
They got to go back to school.
Exactly. It's back to school. We didn't say high school, we said back to school.
That's right.
And, you know, Cooties plays on that same sort of idea, and not to mention the fact that, I mean, even as you go through public school, there's that whole concept. It's growing up in this environment of a microcosm of society outside, but in, you know, a much harsher way. The way you're judged in school.
It's like a petri dish.
Yeah, the way you're judged in school is far harsher than you'll ever be judged outside of school. I mean, let's face it. And, you know, that leads into today's thing is that, you know, unfortunately now, high school is a truly terrifying place. You get things like Columbine. You get, you know, you see kids walking through metal detectors in schools looking for weapons. High school has just become more terrifying. And I'm kind of curious to see what that brings out in the next generation of horror filmmakers who are currently there and bring those neuroses and those issues to the fore when they start making films.
So this time of year really makes me kind of reminisce about, you know, how much I loved those last days of summer, you know, going biking or swimming or, you know, running guys over with our car and just dumping the bodies in the ocean. And I mean, it happens, you guys, it happens.
Totally.
That was last summer, though. That was totally last summer.
I
still
know
know.
what you guys did. Wow, I remember that now.
One of my favorite back-to-school movies is The Craft. Now, The Craft is basically the original Mean Girls, just this time they have magic powers. Now, Robin Tunney plays this new transfer student who's befriended by a group of basically troubled teens who want to initiate her into their coven. Things start to go bad when they really kind of extend their abilities to see what they can and can't get away with. Now, as a teenage weirdo, this movie was amazing for me because it's about embracing the weird and about, knowing who your friends are and, a little bit about getting vengeance on people who cross you along the way. Another fantastic movie is Battle Royale. This is a movie about a class of Japanese students who are kidnapped by the government and forced to kill each other. And it's gory, it's violent, it's just brutal, and it's everything that the Hunger Games wishes it was. Now, it to me might be more resonant in Japanese culture than it is here, but I think that it really kind of cuts to the quick of, there's such a fear of what happens afterward of high school. There's this competitiveness in high school, but a further competitiveness in the job market. And we're basically, leaving school into this world where we don't know anything. We're not ready for this. We're not prepared. And, the adults, the grown-ups, the people in power look at us like, well, you're nothing. You're expendable. Have fun.
I always kind of fell asleep when I was in school. Maybe that wasn't a good idea. I don't know. But, yeah, school, rest, they went hand in hand with me. As a matter of fact, it could be deadly at times, as in Nightmare on Elm Street. But, I think that that's probably one of the best school things that could ever happen to anybody. Falling asleep in class and dying brutally by the hands of somebody really cool. I don't know. Call me crazy.
You're
but,
crazy.
Thanks. But that's what I think. And I don't think that often because I'm usually sleeping through everything. So there it is.
I forgot to shave today. Can you just...
Yeah, not a little off the side. There we go.
Well, that's it for this week.
So if you are one of those people that dreads going back to school, or maybe one of those people that's really looking forward to going back to school, let us know in the comments what you think, all right?
And don't forget to subscribe to our channel, follow us on Twitter, find us on Facebook, and don't forget to tell all your friends.
Yeah, tell your friends. And I'll see you in your dreams.